knowledge into wisdom. And the fires of creation is that process of action turning knowledge into wisdom. We all know, but until we do, it's not the experience and the understanding of the experience that it takes to understand it. Experiential situation is really what it is.
It's not about what you do and all of the things you create or don't create. It is truly about lifetime to lifetime endurance and gaining joy and happiness out of them. It's not about success. It is just about joy, happiness, and love.
Have you been finding yourself stuck in a rut, unable to launch your new projects, not getting the experiences you're looking out of your spiritual experiences? You're trying to start a business and running into troubles? I have special coaching sessions for you. Spiritual readings, Akashic records, healings, all those are available to you. I invite you to come and look at the different journeys that I've done in the live shows that I've done. I'm inviting you all to come on the journey, expand your life, expand your willpower, learn more about sovereignty. We also have the Living the Mystical Life monthly membership. It's a new relaunch of the system where you get all of our live webinars and get access to our Discord server for our live shows. Go to the website, andrewbartzis.com, for more information. Come and join our community, inviting you all to come on this journey as we expand to the universe of the Great Awakening. Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into reality. I am your host, Andrew Bartzis, the one and only Galactic Historian. For the first hour today is a live call-in show. The second hour is a members-only show, and it will start at the 9 o'clock hour. If you'd like to come and join us, you can join at andrewbartzis.com and come and become a member. I'd like everybody to go and smash that like button, leave a comment after the video goes live. It helps the algorithm tremendously. I have something that I want to read. Oh, shit, it'll probably take me too long to read it. God bless it. 1 second, everyone. Yeah, I got callers. All right. We got Jonah as a caller. All right, signal to unmute, Jonah. Jonah, are you there?
Just 1 second. I'm not getting an option to ask him to unmute. 1 second. Here we go.
There we are. Hey, Andrew, this is Jonah from
how's it going,
Seattle.
Jonah?
Hey, great. Awesome.
What's new with you today?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what to say or share. I just participated in Manifest, which is a couple of day gathering in Chimicum. And I did like 3 days of sweat lodge there and did some things around the fire. You know, the biggest thing that I can say is that I can share a lot of the different things, but the go glacially slow is coming up again. And like I see my, you know,
it's coming at you from all directions, isn't it?
Yeah. Because well, one thing I kept seeing, I was around there, I saw a lot of things, I did a lot of things, but I saw a bunch of slugs at one point, and I felt like the message was to like use my own slug medicine or snail medicine to go super slow and just ooze, you know, and like pull into myself and protect if I needed to. So, but yeah, just go super slow and like be okay with the really small, you know, victories that build up. And I also I think I was also going into an imbalance where I think I was trying to teach or preach or tell a lot of people my lessons, but they're for me personally, and they may or may not apply for other people just as of yet.
Right. And a lot of people that are on the journey, you know, in their excitement to share their experience, they don't process it for themselves first.
and go through that journey. All right, what's just for me and what is something that I can share with others?
Right, right. Like, I mean, all that. So be care, balance out my preaching, teaching, balance out my pride, balance out things. Another one that came is I had a lot of like trickster, like I have my own version
Uh-huh.
of like kai is like the bird, jaybird or
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
trickster. And it came up that trickster energy is one of the most challenging archetypes to hold and handle, and one of the most easily misunderstood sometimes. Like, why are you
Exactly.
poking at me? Why?
That's why a lot of Native American groups have a specialty coyote Heyoka concept, which comes in and breaks up the seriousness of even the most powerful prayer moments. Okay.
Right, right,
Yeah. So
right.
what? Yeah. What happened? What happened in your sweat lodges? What did you experience?
Well, a number of different things. I was on testing mode because I wasn't fully settled, perhaps. But again, I was using my trickster mode to check people out because I can scan. I can use my eyes and scan and see who somebody energy is. But I like to have a back and forth, like an eye to eye or a shoulder to shoulder, some kind of moment where I feel like I can rely upon them and they can rely upon me,
Yeah. So
And
did
short,
did you have prayers pre-assembled for your sweat lodge?
Yeah, I guess I do a lot just telepathically, but I could tell the things that I was trying to work on, and then support people, or just
How,
I
how,
in my
how,
own self-awareness, I would
how many
notice what I think.
how many people were in the sweat?
There was, okay, so it was very much like there's a lot of light-skinned people there, and there was a
Yeah,
few
yeah.
others, right? And it was like a bunch of guides in the woods. The
20
sweat lodge, there was maybe not quite 20 people in the lodge and a few more outside, typically, maybe
Okay.
with the
Okay.
leader.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was on the fire. I offered some songs and things, and
Okay.
but I feel like I could support what they were doing, and it wasn't all like it was, for lack of a better term, it was very like positive
Yeah.
hippie maybe, or white
So
people sweat
the,
lodge.
Yeah, so the nature of the sweat is you go into a surrender mode to the communal expression of self-connection. And well, it doesn't matter what people are going through next to you. They're all in their rawest form, in their rawest form of communication. And it's the grandfather stones, each of the glowing stones that come in and goes through the attraction or repulsion energy that each individual person needs in that journey. And when you begin to surrender to the stone, the heat, the sweat, the breathing process, and you begin to expel from yourself the energies that are just stagnant, that which is stuck in the core and needs to go back out into the aura to be recycled. And that
Mm,
often comes out in a form of prayer: the north, the south, the east, and the west. Did they do
mm.
four rounds in each round? Like, so the north represents your ancestors, those who came before you, and you stand upon their shoulders and their messages and their teachings and everything they left you as a legacy for you to go on the family name. Okay. The
Yeah,
South is your innocent, your inner child. That's where you rediscover the joy of innocence and prayer. And you understand that that's where the future yous are going to exist. The West is the place of dreams, and the East is the place of the illumination, where you look for new light, to look for the replenishment of the light and the advancing of the adventure.
yeah. They definitely had four rounds. Rather than that, what I remember was like a beginning round, two prayer rounds, and a send-off round.
That's pretty common.
Um,
That's common.
yeah, 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 yeah. And they were holding positions and doing things. I just noticed a lot that it feels like ego to me, like, or whatever you call it. Like people sort of like, I this, I know, I'm
Yeah,
running it,
it's
I'm
because you
this.
weren't you weren't in the surrender of the communal expression of prayer. Everyone's
Okay,
individual expression is their own, and that's what the stones convert alchemically, the grandfather stones.
right.
Okay.
Right, right. I did felt like there was benefit of it,
Sure.
and I felt like I went through things.
Sure. At the pace you needed to go through. And
Uh-huh.
it would be a good thing for you to go back on a regular basis and start, understanding there's new things for you to experience there. Coming with
Yeah,
prayers that dedicate to the different directions, because that adds a frequency to the room. And then after you're done, the next person, listen to what they say and allow that communal expression to amplify through the projection of power.
I definitely listened to everyone and supported their prayers. It's just that they went into white people prayers, which is fine, or kind of hippie-ish prayers, or some healing prayer. I would like more healing. They had
They were
some,
very light workery. I get it. Okay. And
yeah,
those are people who are not really practice. And if you actually practice, actually put a little bit of effort to the prayers before you go. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
done many hundreds and hundreds of sweat lodges, and I I I had so many pre-written prayers that I could summon them at will. Okay, and it was just one of those moments where uh, it was like freestyle rap for me. The prayer it was, and if you found other people who had discovered that too, and if you were lucky, you could have 3 or 4 or 5 in a sweat, and 25, 30 people hearing the master like guitar prayer off, okay,
Uh-huh,
and the stones
uh-huh.
brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and hotter and hotter and hotter.
Yeah.
You build up the pressure in there, and that just starts shooting things out of you.
The heat was definitely good. I'm used to a little bit the local tribe, which I don't talk about much because I don't, it's personal, like
Yeah,
stayed in ceremony.
sure.
The local tribe or the Suquamish people, they typically have hotter sweats by quite a
Yes,
bit,
yes, yeah.
by quite a bit. And even the family lodges and stuff. And they have
And
the Native American church
those
ceremony
hotter
there.
sweats are necessary because of the level they choose to practice.
Right.
Right. They're not newbies. They're
Right.
ancient in their practice, and therefore their sweats are going to be hot.
Right. 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 Right.
Oh,
Right. Um, what came up, no, there was beautiful moments, and I supported the prayers, and some of them they had traditional prayers like Pila Mayaye, and they knew
yeah.
some of the other ones, and other things, and I allowed people to go through it, and it was hot enough, definitely, and I could go close to the stones or back away from them, yeah, but I wasn't fully, integrate. I didn't fully like I could trust this community or whatever, but still went through it. But what came up is Ken Littlefish was my major mentor in the Native American church, so I know the peyote songs. I have a lot of them,
Yes.
but I don't sing them outside of that ceremony typically, you know?
Yeah, but
Um,
you should be making your own, and
uh-huh.
you should also go and find some peyote buttons and
Mm-hmm.
propagate them at home, and start hiking various deserty places and start seeding those peyotes, so that there's a future generation that are existing in the dream space for you. Part of the greater teaching of the peyote teachings is those that are ready to give back after they've done their peyote walk. They take several cuttings, they nurture them at home for several months, sometimes a year, and then they go on
Yeah.
their regular journeys and they start planting new colonies, the grandfathers of the next generation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my thought is I don't know much about it, but to save the many ones that the ranchers might destroy, in the areas that they're already growing or
No,
harvest,
you just get any live buttons and you can make a cutting off of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I like the idea of the San Pedro because it's so much faster growing. I'll do the peyote as well, but it's so much
Yeah.
faster growing that the
Yeah, but
Wachuma San
the
Pedro.
whole point of it is you're seeding long term. You're 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 growing something that's going to take 20, 30, 40 years to grow to power.
Right,
It's the next generation of grandfathers. After the current grandfathers say, "My time is done," it's time for the new generation of grandfathers to step up. That's how
right.
the planting and seeding communities work.
Okay,
We
okay,
humans should be like that too, but that's our broken incarnation cycles right now.
okay, okay. Um, in my psychic sense, Aunt Susie and Uncle Pete Hawk and Ken Littlefish have been coming to my mind a lot. Ken Littlefish has crossed over, but the other two are alive. Uncle Mark is still alive, but he was in a boating accident and now is in bed. But there are some of my major people that I was around.
Yeah.
Um, uh, anyway, I just want to make right with them and ask them, in my mind, ask them, can I carry this on or how would I carry this on, etc. And they're
You
not
don't
far away.
you
Many of
don't
the
need
old.
listen, you don't need to ask them.
Okay.
Okay. You have learned what you've learned from them. Example, but the peyote buttons, you could do the same thing with a tree seed.
Okay. Yeah.
You make a tree seedling that stays in your backyard for 3 months, and at the end of the year you pick it. You pick 5 or 6 of them, and you travel to someplace, and you plant those, and they are now your next offering, the tree and the genetics that come with that tree, and the prayer
Right.
that you could have given it on the journey to its new place, and
Okay.
it becomes a lifelong practice for you. So
Right.
you are a gardener of the great future.
Right.
Okay.
Right. 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 I probably have a lot, but I think I have Badger medicine, like I said, bold self-expression, also digs under the root, digs underground and sees what's underground, sees what's unconscious, sees the roots, sees the medicines, keeper of stories. I have some of the stories, not, I could learn more. I don't know if it's my main
But
purpose,
you're
but
also at a time
gather
you need
stories, gather the seeds.
you're
Uh-huh.
also you're also at a point where you also got to become your own storyteller.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
a whole new thing to do.
Right.
Okay. What are your stories of your teaching stories for the future generations that might come along?
Right. I have attempted to tell my story to the fire several times, and I make progress, but it doesn't unlock like the major arc of my traumas or this or that, or
Because
I go intern.
it's not meant to unlock the traumas. It's meant to get
Okay.
it out, and then you can begin the journey of unlocking your traumas with a different style of fire, one that's designed to unlock the trauma, where the prayer that
Hmm.
you give the wood leading up to it is helping you surrender and stop avoiding the most painful parts of what you're dealing with, and that it will come
Oh,
across gracefully and naturally and not forcefully, and however ceremonies it takes, it takes.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. And I walk near the water, the beach is nearby, because it's available, or the other elements are always around if I can't always start a big fire, right? Does that
Yep.
work in a similar way?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So, like, if I'm at the waves, I usually do it telepathically and I'm listening to my own
All right.
mind, but you
So
suggest like singing or out loud or something with the waves?
have you seen my grand fire ceremony product on the website?
I'm not sure that I have yet. No.
There's some videos there where I make these giant fires. I go through very in depth. I do a God's eye with a fire in the center and 4 fires on the outside.
Okay.
Very big fire. It's some of the big ritual and fire ceremony journeys that I learned from my various journeys. And this was one of those things for those that want to go and do real ceremony, higher ceremonial energy, and the more wood that you're burning with the power of the prayers that are intending to get you out of the lockdown zone of energy you're in into a much higher burning of energy.
Okay.
I believe it's on sale on the website now. It's Grand Fire Ceremony.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions about walking the water or the forest or how I work with those elements?
That is literally a step-by-step guide of how to make it, how to do the alchemical processes, how to store the frequencies, how to burn it off. I even brought in drone cameras. I think I made that product back in 2015. So when there weren't even drones weren't even like very few people had drones. So I have drone shots. I mean, really, I used like almost a 2/3 of a cord of wood over a period of a day and a half. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, because I'll work on telling my own story, but what I'm running into is I can tell, yeah, it's like, gosh, what am I running into there? So, voices or names if I float back to a memory and resolve it, or it's
Uh,
unclear to me when I'm getting key pieces of it done.
yeah.
I don't know if that's it.
So
Or what.
let me simplify it. I've known you for some time now, and I know what your journey is. What it
Okay.
is you need structure, and there's a journey with ceremonies and self ceremonies. And the structure is very important until you're ready to freestyle. Okay,
Okay.
you've got enough ceremonial experience with the other groups you can freestyle. In
Okay.
what I'm trying to describe, this is not about freestyling right away. It's learning the structure and getting it rigid so that it amplifies your freestyle.
Uh-huh.
So here would be an example. You took the Stairway to Self Mastery class, the shame, blame, and guilt one, or any of the
Both of
ones
the
that are
two of
there.
them. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, and any of the
Yeah.
ones any of the ones that are out there, or the Stairway to Self Mastery. Those are your key things to read into the wood. Okay,
Mm,
so that energy is
mm.
embedded to it before you start the fire.
So
That
literally,
is
I'm
your
with the wood out loud, praying with it,
days
putting
and
my
weeks,
voice out to it.
days and weeks ahead of time. Just as if you were reading it for yourself, you are reading it to the wood that is going to store it in an alchemical journey for you. So then when you go to ignite the sacred fire, that energy burns in the violet flame energy. That is your violet
Okay.
flame of prayer, reminding you of these subject matters and their definitions of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, what about if I preferred like the various, I could use the Hebrew kol do
You could
di
you
ne
you're still trying to freestyle here. You
Okay.
see, you're to work because we're talking about inner work.
Okay.
Example, the parts of yourself that seem undefeatable, you've
Yeah.
got to learn to take it very slow. So you give every ceremony before you even start it a very good chance that you actually get something out of it, something that
Right.
carries you to the next ceremony. Okay,
Okay.
we can't
Okay.
always have the 24 touchdown ceremonial fires. We can't always score 100 points every ceremony. We got to learn to score 3, 5,
Right.
okay,
Right.
2, okay, because sometimes it just doesn't want to come out unless you learn that surrendering journey, okay, which
Uh,
is hunkering down to the prayers, the core things that are about shadow work, the core things that are about mastering the self, okay, and repeating those as part of the next journey. Right? I told my story to the fire. These are the things that give me challenges. These are the things I bring to my sacred energy, my spiritual courts of equity that surround my every waking and sleeping hour. These are the energies I attract and repel.
yeah. Right. Um,
That once you've got that foundation, you can, let's say, target a ceremony, 2, maybe 3, onto certain unique aspects of your challenges. Okay, then move on and move on, because there are more onion layers and onion layers to be peeled until you've done 25, 30, 35 ceremonies. Then you get to
yes.
go to the best level of freestyle because you've done the entire gambit of what could be wrong with you.
Okay.
None of it's
Okay.
new territory, territory. All of it's got the practice behind it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Um, or layers of the onion. Ken Littlefish said this. My elder said you better be wearing 6 or 8 skins because the ways people go through you, like a Russian doll. That's another
Yes.
kind of thought.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 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 Very good wisdom there. And when you layer your energies, prayer in the wood, okay, and then there's the prayer that you do before you enter the ceremony. Do you just light the stage up, do a quick prayer, or are you 2 days ahead of time blessing yourself?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Or that future you who has reached the point of surrender at the fire and you don't know what else to do. This is your past self from 3 months ago, 5 months ago, sending wisdom forward to you now to get over the hump. The past speaks
Right.
to the present. The present looks to the future and becomes ancient present now. And that's a powerful energy you have as an emanation when the past is helping you and the future is showing you the golden brick pathway of opening up and surrendering to the prayer moment.
Right.
The oculus of yourself is wide open, a brightness of energy that is focused, sharp, in shape with its ideas and its sovereign experiences. And that's a practiced state to learn.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Understanding that as much as I do, I can look at the Grand Fire Ceremonies product. I can go in and continue. Um, while I have your time here. If it's okay, I'll switch for a moment, unless you have more on
Actually,
that.
I'd like to get to another caller because we only have the first hour as a members. We have a member show today after the first hour.
Okay, let me just, as an open question, and maybe the ceremonies will clarify a lot of this, looking at how much money do I need to earn? How do I earn money? I heard you say, go back to school, do significant challenge in learning, maybe in healing, body arts or something else. I'm looking to go to the Vault in Las Vegas as a big networking sort of conference. And then also I want to just offer back to a lot of people, but I might need a good foundation to do that or some good guidance from mentors, friends, and people I learn along the way. It's not clear which paths to take to me yet. But again, as I heal, yeah, like that.
All
So
right,
maybe it's like,
I got to move on to the other caller.
okay, thanks so much, Andrew. I
All right,
really appreciate that.
all right, Sean, you are next.
I'm here. What's
Hey,
up?
how's it going, Sean?
Yeah, just listening. Just enjoying the show. Got it hot outside. We got the hot swelling.
Yeah, it was a high of 107 here today, or
I'm loving it.
105 at our airport, but 107 further away.
I got AC inside, so
Yeah, me too.
I can retreat. But just curious. I just wanted to ask a question about a patient. So
Sure.
this patient, she gets spasms, kind of around the diaphragm, maybe a little bit lower, about yearly for about 3 years. And it's interesting that insects tend to trigger them, like a bug flying by or like getting a bug in the hair, and then severe stabby cramp. Like she's been to the doctor and everything. Those are
All
already.
right, so let me regurgitate back what I heard.
Yep.
She has, when bugs are near her, flying around, her what part of her body tingles?
It's like a spasm, like severe spinal spasms.
Where
a little bit
at,
on the
where
right side, around the diaphragm.
Is it actually in the diaphragm, or is it on the spinal column lined up with the diaphragm?
Spinal column lined up with the diaphragm.
How old is she?
Late 50s?
Uh, do you know what she does for a job?
Businessy computer thing. I just know she works from home and on the computer.
What's her nationality?
I just say Canadian.
Okay.
Hard to say. Yeah, white woman.
Okay.
But been here.
So what you're looking at is ancestral ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Crests, rituals. That person is meant to be in the feeding class of the higher ups, like a peasant on a farm. You're forced into that role over and over again, and when they're outside of the role, these ancestral crest ghosts come hunting you down and harvesting force from you. And
Yep.
that's something that's been going on for a very, very long time for this person.
It seems like she's been breaking out of it. Like
It's quite possible. It's generally money related is the big triggers for it, but when you find real love, when you start making real success in your life, these things give you the challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely some challenges going on, but it's just a fascinating one because it really, literally, I can put it on my calendar when it's going to happen the next year.
Yeah.
And just the bugs is an interesting phenomena.
Yeah.
With it as well.
The bugs are the passed on cursing energy from a really long time ago.
Yeah, and because I was thinking the bugs kind of making it come out.
All right, so the Celtics had specialty shamans that would raise bees, they would raise ant colonies, and then they'd raise wasps, which aren't actually bees. They're a smaller, they're
Yeah.
very big different. And then they'd crossbreed some of them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they would make extremely small hives that might have, a few hundred drones and a few hundred warriors, but could spread really fast. But
Mm.
these hives would fight themselves. They don't work together. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then they would get a point where their magic would get a bunch of these angry hives to work together. And that is
Mm-hmm.
this cursing energy which attracts these bees to make hives around you. And wherever you go, lifetime to lifetime, they follow you.
Wow. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And and then you have them around you long enough, you just get. I'm sure you'd have lifetimes of being swollen and dying.
Well, the thing is, the Celtics, they did this to the actual Romans. They would get their best shamans together and they'd make a few thousand of these aggressive nests, and they'd send them after the leaders of the generals of the army, the sergeants. They go after the leadership. And
Mm.
that's why so many of the Romans carried the cult of Saturnella with them, which is the black robed, demon magic counter defenders.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. Bee warfare. Going back.
Well, not just bees, not
Yes.
just bees. Okay.
Insect.
Exactly. And when you get
Mm-hmm.
the several dozen or several hundred hive minds working together, we get picking targets.
Mm-hmm. So with
Okay?
this one, it's cool. I just got a hot stone set.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Just started using it a little bit. But yeah, any advice with trying to calm this down, or just anything, but or the hot stones as well.
When are you going to see her next?
Probably in it's like a month and a half or 2 months.
All right. So what you can do is go find some kind of fresh as organic honey as you can get. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you know an actual beekeeper that sells honey right from a nest, go get that with the comb inside it, the honey and the comb all together. As you could eat it like that too.
Yeah.
And then grab several neutral crystals that you could use set just for her. They don't need to be expensive. They can be cheapos.
Yep.
Put them in the honey, okay? And give them instructions to take on the hive mind when dealing with other aggressive invading insectoid energies.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to use them in treating her. Example, you could have your stone, one of the stones, above an area you're going to go needle. Okay? Because at this point you're diagnosing through the ancestral channels, is this channel overloaded with this aggressive projected bee energy that is not natural?
Yes, with the ghost energy.
Right. Okay. And then start getting it out of the core and back into the aura, and then clear it out of the aura.
Okay, so yeah, with the program crystals and the fresh local honey.
And you want to soak them in there as long as possible.
Like soak. Oh yeah, soak the crystals in there.
Just leave them in there, like put them in the jar and seal them up, and keep adding more and more prayer to it. Because
Yeah,
that jar can be a very powerful. And if you're able to get access to royal jelly, you could do some incredibly potent, powerful healings in other areas also. If you get some really good Herkimer diamonds that are memory keepers that get the imprint of the royal jelly in them, you can do some really ancient, powerful removal stuff with that.
royal jelly.
And royal remembrancing too, getting that violet flame to flow through you.
Oh yeah, you keep bringing up Violet Flame today. Seems to be a popular Word of the day.
I've used it many times before. It's just kind of fallen out of the vernacular. In the past, I would use different words, and then we've had such a big turnover of audience. Like we have a lot of millennials listening now. Okay,
Mm.
some of them can't go back and listen to all the old shows, and it's one of those things. I'm like, you know what? Because I've been thinking about it for the last week as I'm trying to figure out what's my next content, and I go back and look at all the other stuff that I go like, I got so much stuff, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, fucking right you do.
Yeah,
Because I remember just being using and abusing it a bit too
Yeah.
much.
yeah,
But yeah, it's a great term. It's cool. Kind of because we like to incinerate demons sometimes.
okay.
That's good. But
It's
would you
not
put
it's not just for incinerating demons.
well
Okay,
for sure, yeah.
the original Violet Flame isn't for that. It's for amplification of your sovereign experience. Okay, the
Mm.
Violet Flame is the you giving off that violet energy in that graceful state.
Yeah, it's kind of that divine energy.
Yeah, that divine energy. Yeah.
With the Shen and the spirit coming through.
Yep.
So I mean, so put
It's not just there to burn the demons.
well, exactly.
Unfortunately, a lot of light workers that's what they do with it.
Yeah, and I think that's why you didn't bring it up as much.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, man, it's scorched earth policy everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like Jane, the Phoenix from X-Men, just fucking going nuts.
Yep.
Kind of thing. But put the honeycomb right on the spasm area?
No. Put the crystals into the jar that has the honey and honeycomb in it.
Yeah.
Seal the jar and leave them in there for as long as possible.
Oh, and just use the crystals.
And then take the crystals out. You can rub the honey on your own hands. Okay.
Yeah.
But wash the crystals off. Let your hands absorb all that stuff. Okay. Okay, wash the crystals, wash your hands off, but you've then absorbed, your hands have also absorbed that honey energy.
Yep.
And you do that right before the treatment.
Yep.
I mean, what do you think honey is going to do to your hands after you've washed them and you're going to go start needling someone?
I think it's going to be a great neutralizer.
Exactly.
It's also going to pull. It's going to stick things to it.
It's going to amplify. I already know what it's going to do. It's going to have a tremendous amplification on your diagnosis. It's going to be a jump start right into intuition and right into 100% accuracy.
Yeah. You just with the right ancestral channels or the 8 extraordinary vessels.
Yep.
Whichever they are.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. And then I'm excited to use these hot stones because the other day, like I just held them in my hand, and oh my god, like the hand absorbs the heat so much.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, wasn't too long after holding it in my right hand, and keep changing them out, right? And my left hand just started boom, like a drum. Yeah, any suggestions with the hot stones?
You're pretty flexible, right?
Yeah.
All right, so lay on your stomach and try putting hot stones right on the spine. Okay? As many as you can line up without them falling up. Or you could put them side to side, like 2 at the tailbone, 2 just above that, and then stack them up. I don't know how many hot stones you have.
I'm going to get more and more, but I have, for decent sized ones, there's probably 8 to 10.
Okay, so you could do 2 at the base. You just do four lots of 2 at the base, unless you can reach all the way up and put more.
Oh, that's so cool because I did some with I did one over someone's stomach.
Okay.
And
you have an infrared machine too, don't you?
Yeah, I got infrared and red.
Okay, put on the infrared so the stones are absorbing heat.
Yep.
Okay. And then what you'll be able to learn is, because the if you have four line of 2 starting at your tailbone, just above, like, so total 8, and you're using your infrared light on there, what it's going to do is going to open up the back of your core. And as you're doing your breathing exercises, you have that breathing that goes up over the top of the head, down over the nose, into the bridge of the mouth, and where the tongue sticks at the top of the mouth opens the channel and then shoots all the way down to the pubic bone. But right where it's reaching where the pubic bone is on the side facing down, as soon as it reaches to where those hot stones are, it's going to tilt up and go to the hot stones and create this vortex that starts dynamo rapid and ramping up the speed at which your energy cycles through.
Yep. Keep bringing it back down.
Well, no, you want to amplify. You want to bring it faster and faster and faster and faster and faster.
But faster, like up the spine and then down into the pubic bone.
The overall pulse of the whole cycle of energy from tailbone all the way around back to tailbone again.
Yeah. You're talking about the micro and macrocosmic orbit.
Yes.
Essentially,
You want to speed it up.
Yeah.
Right? And then what you do is you move your arms out and you put one under each palm. Okay. And then you start spreading it, not just up and down the spinal column there. You're now creating the outer reach, which is the aura, the hands, the 5 fingers, they spread out. So you're going to be making a whole new auric heat bath outside you.
Yeah, just trying to, reorganize the auric field, so like whatever's coming up.
Well, at that point is, what's the strategy?
Yeah, really. Like once you bring everything, once you bring everything out to the aura,
right.
Then what? It's kind of, now how are we going to make use of this?
Exactly. How are you going to make use of it?
Because again, like sometimes it could just be a pain in the ass if you don't have an idea of how we want to use it.
Right. See, that's where when you get somebody in that position, you can treat them. Okay. When you get them into that state where the energy is flowing that much, you can really work on the trauma-based body stuff. Okay. Just through the heat of the stones and standard breath work.
Okay? Yeah.
And then the infrared helps a lot.
Yeah. So whatever, I'll just share this because I think everyone will find it interesting. But I've been seeing that Barbara Brennan practitioner healer.
Yep.
Really been enjoying the treatments. But it started out the first treatment last time with a drum.
Yeah.
The drum was fantastic. Just had the vibrations everywhere. And because I've been using a bit of Barbara Brennan language. And the one was like the plate armor. That's more like frozen and hard. And then there's like the mesh armor, which tends to move around. And it was just like, I could feel it, like my nervous system was just like, it was trying to calm it and be like befriend it, but it was like squealing like a pig, like moving around, very squirmy. It was very interesting. And I felt like it was part of my sympathetic that's just been growing on its own for a very long time. It's like a protection method kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was really neat.
What have you been noticing about your clientele now?
Well, one, after I've been doing these treatments, it's been coming up pretty good. Clientele, I got some new people coming in recently. A lot of the oldies are just coming out of the woodworks.
Yep.
Which is fantastic. Means the seeds have been planted.
Yep.
So I'm like, I just forgot, or I just got busy, and I just lost your. Well, it's like you couldn't find you on the internet, kind of thing.
That's because Google destroyed the internet.
Yeah, because of just the Google doing their googly things.
Yeah.
Some shoulder stuff, lots of shoulder stuff. Again, with the back surgery stuff, a lot of joint stuff actually. Yeah. And post-stroke, a lot of post-stroke.
How are you treating the post-stroke?
For that one, it's a little bit different because it's affected his knee over time.
Okay.
It's been a couple of years. His knee's pretty frozen. And the eye's gotten a lot, like one of his eyes, left left side or right side, I can't remember. Like you know when someone's eyes gets a little bit of paralysis after the
Yeah,
stroke,
yeah, yeah.
it's improved a lot. But focusing a lot on the nervous system and the knee. So just trying to, well, and improve digestion, obviously, because it's starting to get cold. But
So with the guy with the knee issue, okay.
yeah,
So when you go to work the energy of how the bone and the and the casing around it
yeah.
works together, how thin it is, how thick it is it porous, is it broken down, has it been broken, etc. What are the fluid levels like? And then you've got to balance and see what's in the ankle. And if you see reciprocation, meaning the ankle is taking damage because the knee is misaligned, you've got to realign the pressure in the knee and the ankle through acupressure, okay? Lymph drainage, energy drainage, because a lot of that energy does not belong in that lower extremity. It's trapped there.
So this one, trying to get the hinge back because he didn't realize, but he was walking like he had just one big peg leg.
All right. So what that is the actual coccyx bone is twisted in him. And he probably, think of somebody when they're rolling down a hill
Mm-hmm.
and it just gets out of control. Your coccyx bone twists inside that energy, and then it locks into a position, and the fascia creates scarring around it and doesn't allow it to go back to its normal neutral position.
Okay, so you reckon it's just a little bit of work along the sacrum?
So that would be, you could pull out your Rapid Release Pro to do that.
Yeah, on the sacrum? Like, well,
You're probably going to have to discover the channel and veins of scar tissue that created it.
and you think this was pre-stroke or it caused, like, happened during the stroke?
It happened because of the stroke.
Yeah, that was my.
There's a complete,
Yeah.
the recovery, the journey, all of that, the break it in his mind. Okay.
Yeah, it was just.
Stroke journey created that.
Yeah, and just seeing the stroke, I think the stroke journey was a bit trying to bring the kids to pay a bit more attention.
Well, no, it damaged him mind, body, and spirit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And this is now, the damage is his coccyx bone is twisted with scar tissue around it.
Yep.
Yeah. And to unravel the final part of that whole journey is to break the scar tissue up and get the coccyx bone to go back to normal and not keep resetting to the bad position.
Yeah, so like a lot of the nervous system fascia work.
The only way I can describe it, Sean, is it's going to be following deep intuition, because you're going to start feeling just very small parts of spasm here, there, here, there, here, there, throughout the weave of scar tissue. And it's kind of like breaking them down in a pattern until you've broken enough of the weave down until you can get to the core points where it's all held together, which is keeping the coccyx bone out of position. And once you release all of those, which will generally be in the tailbone, femurs, lower back, pubic bone, inside of the inside of the inner thighs, okay, all throughout there. There's a web of fascia front and back that's extremely dense, that has layers to it, locking that tailbone in the wrong position.
Okay, so yeah, like the lower extremities.
Yeah, well, the whole hip plus both the side of the legs and lower back. Yeah.
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 Do some exploration.
It'll almost be like you're picking a safe, a lock on a safe, and the whole safe will just come out. Okay, once you're done with it.
So cool. Yeah, you see it happening right now.
Yeah.
Just, getting in there.
because so much of the recovery journey just made the stroke even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, painful. So one thing that's pretty interesting, one thing that's always stuck now is like how you talked about the legs, the arms and legs as being like tuning forks.
Yep.
And I just learned the vibrations travel 50 times faster than the electrical nerve, than the electrical signal, which that's just wild when you really start to think about that.
That's right. That's why I say get out of chemical memory. Okay. Superluminal.
Yeah, superluminal's also amazing.
Yeah.
I've been rereading, reading for the first time more about oh my God, Edgar Casey. Just reading the book that the guy, one of the books that there is a river, and very, very amazing. It's fun just hearing this story. But one part, which I think is the most overlooked for the entire thing, is that you're familiar with the book or the story a little bit?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so just the most familiar or the wild part is when he lost his voice, and then basically, they hypnotized him and they used his own voice, but when the blood, he actually moved the blood in his own body to his throat, and it got redder and redder and redder, and then it went away, and he spit out the toxic blood. Yeah. And it seems like that's the part of the story that they don't talk about that much.
That's because that is pure alchemical equity. That's why in so many of my contract cases they use the word alchemical equity. Okay, you are alchemizing, which is a dense spiritual energy, into something that's in your core blood, and then expelling it out of the body.
And it's so cool because it's got this alchemical coming together of consciousness and subconscious.
Because that's how you go through the journey of healing.
Yeah.
You gotta get the body, mind, and spirit engine to work together.
And it's fabulous because that's where we're start getting into magic healing territory.
Yes.
Which is just, I find that's exciting. I think that's an exciting world right there.
It is. And when you have a foundation like Chinese medicine, like you can start creating little side treatments that use the foundation of your acupuncture, acupressure, and herbology training, and start creating specialty journeys of doing needling to get, say, all right, I'm going to do something that's going to trigger a person that can open up to letting go of whatever trauma you want to define it as. Let's say you want to help them get rid of addiction recovery. Okay.
Yep.
That's a big one. You want to do another one for people who have abuse issues. Okay. Because a person who has been sexually abused at a young age, they have a very specific template type of energy that's unmistakable, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
And you're going to treat it differently than a normal person.
Yep.
Okay. Therefore, you could design specific journeys tailored to that person's body that use the framework of what you have to go into that term magical realm, where you're adding the next layer to the idea that the needles bring energy from the core to the out. That's basic of what acupuncture is, plus the various qualities of the energy. Okay, how you diagnose it, how you get rid of it, etc. Because the herbology part is to help people alchemize what the energy you're moving. That's stagnant, needs to change.
And that's so cool, and that's what's amazing when you talk about the foundation,
right?
Because I have the Chinese Medicine Foundation,
right?
I have your foundation,
yep,
and this Barbara Brennan Foundation, like going through the 3 textbooks. By the way, anyone listening, the 3rd book of hers, Core Light Healing, it's more of story mode, and it's brief compared to the first tomes. But those 3, and they all line up. And so knowing all 3 has been really reinforcing each other.
Uh-huh.
It's And then, because something that's came to light, just really, really seeing how much all my trying to remember my dreams has been paying off. Like a decade of plugging away at it. And because the thing about Edgar Cayce is like, great, okay, he goes into the subconscious, but he hypnotizes himself. The thing is, I want my consciousness to be a witness to the experience of the subconscious expressing itself. So I want to be there. I don't want to have to be asleep. And so all that sleep training, the first 10 seconds, I really got the first 10 minutes of your day of mastering those in-between energies and just trying
to transition where access to the veil of awareness is very easy. First 10 minutes of your day, you have the best access to the dreaming frequency, even if you don't remember your dreams. The window is still there.
Because that's the cool part, because this whole process where, anyone who's been writing down their dreams, you are tapping into the subconscious when you're in the dreams. And if you remember that, bring it to the next day, you just brought it into your conscious awareness of this lifetime and more, etc. And that's a big first step, regardless. Just being able to bring that awareness into conscious awareness. First baby steps. And then trying to actually be awake. Well, first in bed, get the feeling just right. So you can bring it back more simply and maintain it longer. But then actually doing it, in a practice, like essentially channeling, like witnessing the subconscious or the greater aspect of self just taking over the primal aspect that just knows everything. It's pretty neat putting all those together. But just trying to apply them for the healings.
Oh no! Here we go. No, let me 1 second.
Yep.
I have transfer devices. My battery's not charging. I don't have my charger. Here we are. I can't remember where I put my charger for this other computer. So, with that foundation, like the living the mystical life nightly, those are a whole other set of visionary teachings and journeys for people to go through that want to master that more of an asleep state where you learn to use your creative access to the dreaming frequency through those guided meditation spaces that keep you right on the edge of the dream space, where you're able to start manifesting, controlling. So when you're actually awake in your dream spaces, you have access to more of the visualization skills that you've done.
Which is fabulous. And when you say vagus nerve, it seems like in Barbara Brennan, a lot of the time you're into the heart line, and then in Chinese medicine, you're into the marrow, or basically, again, the spinal cord.
And why do you think that is?
Well, because that's the deep crystallization of your body's information. It's really where intuition actually is. And it's very primordial. Almost like, again, the subconscious, where subconscious or unconscious, depending on whatever way you want to say it. Before it's filtered by your conscious life that's full of crazy.
Each one goes in a different way of attacking the depth. Is the vagus nerve deeper than what something else? Okay.
Yeah, it depends.
What truly is your core?
Yeah, good question. Because again, the bone depends. The vagus is one of the deepest that's still interconnected to everything in close proximity, where the bones might be a deeper level, but they're still in their own little, you still got to get them out of the vaults.
Right. Okay, and what do the Chinese energy medicine channels tell you about the marrow?
Well, to me, it's just a reservoir of all the experiences that you've ever had in that body.
And access to future energy that's not there yet.
Yep. Yeah. So you got the seed in the egg, or
Right.
The seed and the infinite projection of what it can be, all built in inside those bones.
This is where the holographic universe works through our marrow.
Yep.
That's how we ground into the shared holographic reality.
Yeah, it's cool. It's neat watching the stem cells come out and just trying to build that undifferentiated aspects of ourselves into, it's as big as we can hold.
Yeah. All right, so we got to end this show. We got to go start our members area show. So if anybody would like to come and join us on our members area, you go to our website, andrewbartzis.com, and sign up. Also, our next class in the Stairway to Self-Mastery will be beginning not this coming weekend, the next weekend, the 11th of July. We will be having a webinar this coming Tuesday about joining the next class in the Stairway to Self-Mastery.